Derek just started pointing into this game trail, and it leads right to a structure. He's like, looks like a lot of game comes through here, and check this out. Not saying Bigfoot has anything to do with this, but it's kind of amazing how you get into a Bigfoot sighting hotspots and you start finding what may be structures, maybe not, I don't know. You guys tell me, is that a Bigfoot structure?
You gotta look down here. That tree grew here and fell.
Or was pushed over. Of course, it's obviously, it could be a coincidence.
A lot of it.
True.
A lot of it.
Pushed
You got
over years ago.
look at all of it that has been pushed all over.
Yeah, there's a lot of
through here.
there's a lot of shoved over saplings here. And when I see these saplings that have been shoved over, you got these larger trees that are protecting them from the weather and the wind. Yet these 3, 4, 5, 6 inch saplings are laying over, and some of them are laying over in what some think is a structure.
It's peaceful. Outside of
Is that Chewbacca on your shirt? That's freaking
it is in a patty.
Chewbacca in a patty stance. Is that a tripod she's carrying?
Oh, it's his crossbow.
Oh. Okay, we're up here to service some cameras. And I just heard a wood knock. Not saying that's not a woodpecker, but woodpeckers usually just, they don't knock once, you know what I mean? Did you guys hear that knock that way?
I heard a bird. I thought.
Yeah, you guys go back a couple seconds before I said it in the video, you might hear that wood knock. Yeah, woodpeckers go crazy.
It was a weak wood knock if it was a wood knock. No, it was more like a wood.
Yeah, I'm more in tune to the wood knocks. I don't know, you guys judge.
We're not actually too far from where that campsite is that you always hit it, where you got that big kind of meadow area.
Yeah, where all the wood knocks happen.
Where I camped, where I pitched that tent.
Yeah, you camped across the middle from it. That's where Trey.
That's where Trey had
his sighting.
Trey saw that sighting. Yep.
Trey described what looked like a Bigfoot, and Derek and his family had like a Bigfoot sighting, like at midnight.
On the 4th
ran
of
around
July.
the camp, and Jenny and I come up to check out the sighting report area, and right where Trey spotted it was a Bigfoot print. That was crazy. Deep.
That was a creepy.
We'll put that in the description of this video, a link to that.
That was a creepy night.
You know, we sit and talk about these experiences, and it just isn't talk. We've got the video backup of that. All right, we're gonna search for those cameras, and if there's anything on them, we'll put that at the end of the video. All right, we put one near that structure. We'd like to keep an eye on the area. Bigfoot sighting area, might as well put it near a structure. All right, we got one more to service. And then,
Right here?
Right up where that.
Yeah.
Right up where that.
I got it set up on a,
Right down, where it comes right down out of here and walks right in front of it.
I actually have it set up on a 45-degree angle to the game trail. And the reason is it gives you a longer trigger opportunity to catch that animal if it's actually walking the trail either way. If you're setting things up 90-degree angles, you're going to miss a lot, because even a 0.4 second trigger speed really isn't that fast.
Way to go, Mijo.
Well, lead the way. I don't know.
I have no idea where we're going. Kelly's got.
Okay.
Just don't walk us through the middle of that if we can go around.
Yeah, we can go around. Derek hikes more in flip-flops and sandals than most people I know.
Dude, all the yard work in my yard, I've done in flip-flops. Everything I do is in flip-flops,
We have 5 cameras up here. We're servicing the second one. The other 3 cameras are about 6 or 7 miles from here. But we keep these 2 in the same Bigfoot sighting location. This is closest to the most recent Bigfoot sighting location. And there's the other camera. How long did it take you to spot that camera? And that's a no-glow camera. It has IR lights that are considered no glow, so it's really hard to see the infrared at night. All right, anything on that? We'll show you at the end of this video. Whether it's Bigfoot or not, you guys get to look into the world of what may be a Bigfoot world if all these Bigfoot sightings are real. All right, we just serviced that camera. We got 3 more to service.
Yeah, we better get with it if we got 3 more to go.
We brought our mushroom expert up here. He's been studying the mushrooms up here. He's even been making like spore, what are they called?
Spore prints?
Spore prints?
Yeah, well that was the last time that we had a really good bloom up here. That's been what? Those are sheep.
Well, until Mike started educating me on mushrooms, I just thought, you know, you could just walk up to a mushroom and check it out and say, hey, this is what it is. But if you're not absolutely sure, and a lot of mushrooms look really close to each other, you got to do spore prints and stuff. And then once you've identified it, you know, usually in that same spots where they're going to keep reproducing. And so, you know, I didn't go out there to learn all this. I brought the expert up and he's been teaching me.
I would by no means call myself an expert, dude. You know what I mean? I still wouldn't dare eat anything but the obvious.
Mm-hmm. Mike's a pretty humble person too, by the way. He's our mushroom expert.
Expert. Shit. Dude.
Hey, I've eaten several mushrooms that you've identified as okay. And I didn't even trip.
Remember that great big green one we found that was a bolette? That had like this huge chunk taken out of it, just like a big old moose just come up and went.
That was up on Yellowstone Canyon.
It was up here.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, we found one just like that when we were up on Yellowstone Canyon when the raspberries and strawberries were in season. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take you guys up to our other cameras and get those serviced. Here's the last 3 cameras we got to. This little wash right here, the Bigfoot's been seen in it twice, and then there's a spring just within 50 yards, 50 feet of this that the Bigfoot has been seen twice. Or a Bigfoot. I don't want to say the, it could be different Bigfoots.
Is that a bear?
That's some dogs probably trying to keep cool, but that's a deer track over it.
Over top of it. Dude, look how thick that
Something's been digging.
Yeah, dude, them big pyrenees.
Something's been digging.
And then they dig that
well,
dirt
yeah,
up
I guess.
Them
I could.
Sure, Mike's going to show you. Check this out. You know,
I just put my fucking...
we're trying. Well, I know, but you can see where your fingers were.
Sorry.
Mike touched the dirt. Look at these claw marks. Put your fingers down there and show people how wide and spread out these are.
I would do this. See, because this is where you can see them. Where it drug.
There's a deer track right to the left of the. Oh, I can see 2 deer tracks.
Where it's drug, yeah. But
that's
is
pretty wide
thick.
stuff.
That is thick.
Before I turned the camera on, Mike touched the dirt right there, but you know, he was like all tripping out that he ruined it. But you know, he just touched right here.
No, the tip.
Yeah, just the very tips of it. You can actually see the gouges. Whatever it was, that was a big claw. I would say
that's wider than black bears that I've seen.
We should see.
I've seen where black bears have really clawed up the ground.
We should see. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, sorry. I'm backing up, and Derek's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what though? I don't see the prints.
That's why I said you'd see some prints.
It's sprinkled.
I see the deer tracks. That's definitely deer or elk right there. Huh. And I only see our tracks walking up to here too. Made those claw marks right there.
Done.
That's the trip.
pretty good.
All right. I'm gonna service some cameras. I think they're over here.
This is where you got those two cows fighting with each other, huh? That one time. Wasn't it down through?
Cow elk fighting? Yeah, I think it's the, not this camera, but the next one. Where they was fighting. Yeah, because this one right here, I think I only have that set on photographs. And the one where they was fighting was a video.
They were right under those trees right there.
They've had a lot of rain up here. My camera's all muddy. Wow.
Yeah.
This is the hardest camera I have at servicing. Let's see, 75% juice. We just have to change the SD card. Nice. 381 photos.
He got stuck up there, and he was telling us the story because he come down the next day and said, hey, can you give us, or give me a ride back to my truck? Stuck up here, trying to help me get it out. He brought chains. And you guys keep leading the way. I don't know where it's at.
Did it snow?
Yeah.
Is that why you got
It
stuck?
was just a skiff, though. It wasn't like, you know, a foot. It was just like 2 or 3 inches to where you really couldn't tell where the road went.
Just enough to make it slip.
Yeah, and you couldn't get back up that hill. Anyways, we drove him back up there the next day. Get up there, and he's got he's like this, cut to the ground and shit, and chopped up in pieces, and just said, man, I burnt through all my gasoline and everything I had there because we got up there, broke down, and or couldn't get up the hill, and so we got out, and she's in flip-flops and shorts and shit, and they sat there and stuff, and he's like, it got so weird. I was like, I'm starting a fire because I couldn't get anywhere, and it was all slick. She's in flip-flops, so he starts this big old massive fire and shit. And he was like, dude, we're sitting up there, and the whole time after it got dark, and I built these big fires just because it's creepy shit, man. He said these orbs kept coming up and down, zigzagging back and forth.
I remember
up
you telling
through
me
the fucking
about that.
valley, up through that road, and Rhodes Canyon coming up through there and shit. He said they looked like they would be close, and then you couldn't tell, but they were all over the, you know, here and there. And he said they got so scared, she ended up walking out. She says, I am not staying here anymore. And he's like,
Because the orbs scared her?
oh yeah, and the creepy feeling, like I said.
This is like up near the Uenas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hannah is what you said. It was
And
up above
Blind
Hannah,
Stream?
like north of Hannah or something.
No, up Rhodes.
Roads.
Yeah.
So, look at this.
She walked her ass out of
It's a
there.
little odd. Maybe it's just because it is such old growth, but it looks like something actually uses that. It gets down underneath there and it beds down underneath it all the time.
Well, I was listening to Mike talks about that Rhodes place up near the Uenas. I saw a structure behind him. Not saying Bigfoot made this or it's a real structure, but we're at a place where before Bigfoot sightings happened within a couple of 100 square yards or less in this area. And here's what looks like a structure. That's why we have so many cameras up here.
5 minutes is a long time to stand with red ants climbing.
You're right. To be pulling them out of area.
Maybe a coincidence in Bigfoot sighting hotspots that people find those, but
Actually, it's looking to whether or not you actually can see any.
even if there is a root system, did the Bigfoot shove them over?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some poo. Here's old poo.
Some turds.
Check this little bad boy out.
Are they logs?
This is a red ant pile.
Oh, those are red ants.
Absolutely.
Those will chew you up.
And Jerry
These-
could stand on top of there for 2 minutes.
Oh, I dug into one of these when I was a kid and didn't know, and they chewed me up.
Is that not cool?
That is a serious mound.
I mean, that is a serious mound.
Yeah, they made that mound.
One of the biggest I've seen.
They made that
is a
mound.
huge colony.
You know what? That's a food source for bear. Is it for Bigfoot?
I'm sure it is.
You know? Is he gonna lick them up and freaking make himself a structure?
I love these
We just don't know.
baby trees, man.
Good to see him.
It is good to see them.
Are you gonna go
Next
check that
camera.
out? Where's your camera?
Over here.
Over there?
Uh-huh. I don't think I've ever taken you to the this camera. I've caught two badgers on it.
We came up, this is where that whole root structure, you know, the tipped over stump was?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up here.
The root ball?
Yeah, we went up there.
Yeah, yeah.
So but I have not seen where you put this camera, no.
Well, you did originally, but we moved it.
Oh,
It was in a bad spot where the wind kept setting it off, so I moved it to a better spot.
dude, that's a hell of an ant pile.
Yeah.
No, this is number 5.
Well, yeah, I meant in this area.
Oh yeah, the 3 in the area, yeah.
Oh, I really need to put that stupid game camera up in my yard.
That's a new snap
I
off.
see so much different wildlife in my front yard.
Not saying that wasn't an elk, a moose, or a deer, but that's a new snap off. I wasn't here last time I serviced the camera. That's the camera we're gonna service.
Eating his grass.
All right, well, that's Derek, Mike, Kelly. We're servicing our 5th camera up here. Of course, if there's anything of interest on them, even if it's not Bigfoot, we'll show it. It's Bigfoot sighting hotspot, so whatever may be on the camera is what people are mistaken identity. I doubt it. These are probably the same creatures that live in the world of Bigfoot.
It's a sad location too. Rest in peace, Squawk.
Yeah, we lost our
Right there.
we lost our most expensive drone up here, by the way. But Derek has bought 8 drones since, so we have not been deprived of drone power.
But yeah, it happened right across this, right here is where it happened, Mike.
Oh yeah, it happened that
It
direction.
literally happened
This
right
is
here.
where you were flying from?
Yeah, actually, this is exactly
This is exactly
across
how it
this
went.
ravine.
You see this? See how it's got a little open spot? It's either that one or this one, but it was an open spot between the trees. And I was kind of zipping, kind of threading the needle, and I shouldn't have. I mean, it would have been fine if I went straight up, but by the time I got up to the trees and was starting to go over, it had just gone behind some trees, and I lost it.
Right there?
It disappeared
Yeah.
and gone.
This is where we were.
Was that close? I
It
thought
was
you
that
were
close.
like somewhere clear down there.
No. I was like right here and just lost it. So it's up there in the top of a tree somewheres, but
Or it's in Wyoming.
or it's in Wyoming. I would think that it's in the top of one of them trees, but dude, we spent hours and hours and hours looking for that thing.
That was 5 years ago. 5, maybe. Yeah, it was
Maybe
5.
even longer, but yeah, that sucked.
Squawk filled the entire surface of the table. Big old 8 prop. Derek rebuilt from scratch the same exact drone. So, I mean,
Yeah, dude, why don't you just keep reminding me?
It's depressing. It's all right. It's what happens when you come out here doing stuff, man. Not to mention, you know,
Killing him.
not to mention, we're sitting here standing at 9,000 plus feet,
9,500 feet.
9,500 feet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'll put a link in the bottom to a bunch of our drone videos. Derek's piloted all the drone videos way back in 2012, 2013. Cool videos. All right, we're going to service that camera.
any prints, I'd look.
Fresh snap off on a game trail. Probably the antlers of an elk, but you never know. Just Bigfoot has a snapping habit.
Oh, you grabbed that bag?
Yeah, I've got the camera service bag. All right, we're headed out of here. Looking around one of the springs, there's an elk.
Looks like those deep ones over there might be too. And these ones right here, see those? Those are elk tracks. See how deep those ones go?
That one right there is a moose. We catch moose up on the...
Cows up here. Very well could be.
And that is a great big deer track right there. That's a big track.
monster deer.
Yep, that's a
We
big
pointed
deer
again.
track.
I don't know if I had the camera pointed at it when you...
Right there. It's coming this way. Here's the two toes, the tips, and the heels.
Yeah, that looks deer shaped.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the big deer.
Dang.
He come through out of the pond, probably waded across there.
Yeah, this very spring, Bigfoot sighting by a hunter that set up a blind right here in 1979. I know that's a long time ago, but the Bigfoot has been spotted here
There's another.
at least 4 or 5 times up until just recently, a couple years ago. You see more deer tracks? Oh yeah.
And elk tracks. Those big splayed ones are moose. Because I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, there's a giant moose one right there. My toes pointing to the big old moose track.
The water's not nearly as plentiful this year. They're having to come drink this poor shit.
This might be a good year to catch a Bigfoot near one of the springs because, yeah, like you said, the water.
Well,
It's been a dry summer.
And we've seen that sheep water truck. They've been bringing water up to the sheep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is a year that it might be more predictable to get a Bigfoot sighting.
Toad. Look at right there next to the log. Doesn't that look 3-toed from here? Right next to the log.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it does. Sound like an alligator track.
Yeah,
Look out, get up back from the
That is trippy.
that is a trippy.
I'm sure it's just an illusion of.
Of
Multiples.
multiple deers
Yeah.
that step there, yeah, but that just
Yeah.
tells you. Yeah.
Well, that right there explains away some of the 3-toed
Truck at the
tracks
Highlands
that
track.
people say they see. Like, yeah, that's 3-toed, but it's probably a deer a couple of times. Couple of deer.
Stepped twice, or stepped in his own track.
Stepped in his own track. But it's a cool track of them all.
Yes, it is. There are lots of nice deer tracks. There's a small elk track. Cow.
You can hear the buzz. That's all wasps. All that buzz is just wasps.
Those mud or
Trip is
paper
I don't
wasps.
see many raccoon, if any, tracks. I haven't seen any raccoon tracks.
I don't think the raccoon are very thick up here. I think there's too many wolves and coyotes that keep them in check.
Probably because they're smart enough waters like this, so they go down in the campgrounds down below.
Yeah, go lower. Find them down in
Yeah.
the backyard.
Less predators and more to scavenge. Yeah, Derek's backyard. I told you he's got bigs in the backyard. That one has 4 paws.
That's what it looks like. If you look at it,
Right there, they've been,
the furthest one out, the deep one.
those ones there, or
And that looks
Yeah.
potentially could have been a double step too, but it looks like 4 paws.
yeah, it looks like a predator that drank right there. And it had to get closer to the water because it has a shorter neck than the
Yep.
Than the
had to get
deer and
up
the elk.
close.
Makes sense.